Hey, what's up, guys? We back for another episode of Reality Sucks. This is episode number 19. Thank you guys for joining in. Back for another week. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody's doing well during these holidays that's coming up. This is me, Ty, the original classic man, my boy.
Amazing Cal.
Calvin, really amazing Cal. What's going on, brother? How you been?
Everything was good, man.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? No complaints. Happy to be back here another week, doing what we do best. And our listeners are back here. Hey, Melody, thank you for tuning in as well. Just happy to be back, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good week. Some trying times, but we got challenges, but we're going full in it. What's going on with you?
All right.
How's it work?
I do want to say I hope everybody's safe down in LA. And that fire.
Exactly.
Because it's crazy. It's out of control. I was watching a video.
Oh, wow.
On Facebook yesterday. I reposted it.
Okay.
They were going on the highway, and you could see the
Hey
fires.
there. What's going on? How you doing?
You can see the fires coming out of the I guess you could say the bushes that's on the side. It was crazy.
The outskirts.
And they were driving around. You could see there was like a big burst of fire just coming out. I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
Hello, Marlene. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in.
Shirley, thank you for joining
and then
in.
what are your favorite nonprofits you're promoting, any? Ian Danek is asking. We're trying to. So somebody just asked us. We talked about last week or 2 weeks ago when we were here. We talked about doing some nonprofit stuff. No, we haven't gotten any. We haven't looked. We don't know any favorite nonprofits, and we haven't promoting any either.
We haven't been promoting none, but we will be starting.
We
the
have
following
to look
week, doing the nonprofit that we have spoke about last week. It's definitely going forward next week. Unfortunately, I'm not off tomorrow, but I'm off next weekend, Friday and Saturday, and I'll definitely be going out there, feeding the homeless and just showing you, what we're doing, showing that people, are hungry, people are homeless, and we as a community, we as a city have to do something about it. Not just look toward our mayor, not just look toward our president, but look toward ourselves, look toward the inner self. People more than hungry just on Thanksgiving and holidays, and we try to, we want to do this every weekend because people are hungry just on holidays, and we only look for holidays, to try to give back when we should be giving back each and every day as well, not just wait till special occasions. So you'll definitely be doing that as a nonprofit, and once we're on and running, we're definitely, we'll look forward, to people that want to, if you want to donate food or donate, your time, that's sort of appreciated. We'll set up a GoFundMe page if you want to donate money and stuff. You'll see where your money's going to as well, but that's definitely something, we're looking forward to doing, and I'm very excited, just to go forth in that next week.
Well, he just gave us a website to check out.
Okay.
He said www.scolumbia.org.
www.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Ian.
I appreciate that.
So that's what we're going to start doing in the future, because I was talking to somebody
We're using
else
these
about
new
that.
microphones. Can everybody hear us clearly? Can we have some new microphones, we just given to us? And we want to know, can you hear us clearly? If you don't, please let us know. We'll detach it and go back to the regular ones.
But
So you can hear us if they responding, right?
So there was this big thing now about this opioids that people are doing now, for like heroin addicts or
Opium.
It's called opioids.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
When you use the plural name of, but it's basically opium. Yeah, opium.
Opium.
Or the pills, so these soccer moms are now doing it. So before it was like a recreational thing for kids, in college and all this, but now it's reached this epidemic into soccer moms.
Really?
Yeah, but today I was thinking, everybody in society cares about these soccer moms, these suburban moms with these kids that are doing these drugs, whether their kids are in school or whatever they're doing. But nobody cared about the crack epidemic in the black community in the 70s and 80s, you know what I mean? And this destroyed families, this destroyed fathers going to jail. And then also, too, with that being said, you know what I mean? Everybody wants to care now, but nobody cared then. And I don't, things like this kind of frustrate me and upset me because we have a double standard here. You know what I mean? And we still are, you know, until we decide that we're going to change this thing, this is how it's always going to work. And I think as we keep talking about change, I think people that are watching this is how we're going to change this, and how people are going to have to start realizing that this is not okay anymore. You know what I mean? Because I think as long as we keep accepting what they keep giving out, the longer it's going to keep happening.
Right.
But until we stop accepting it and start changing it, you know what I mean, this is going to have to stop.
So what do we? So let me to make sure I understand you clearly, because I heard you say "yup, Melody." You know, so let me understand. So you
Oh,
say,
because I didn't finish. I was about to say something about it. I didn't really get into.
no, I'm talking about Melody.
Oh, okay.
Melody said it.
Oh, yeah,
Merry
Melody.
Christmas to the Bronx Champs. Okay, you know, from Harlem, no, but thank you. You know what I'm saying? But no, Melody said "yup."
She said,
She
yeah.
said yes. She was agreeing with you.
Agreeing with me, yeah.
So
yeah.
you said people cared, didn't you? Said people
Nobody
didn't
cared about the black community.
The black community back in the
when this was
80s.
back in the 70s and 80s
In
when
the
this
70s,
crack
you know what I'm saying, when
epidemic
crack, you know what I'm saying,
was
was
going on.
definitely in the
And-
community.
Right, but also too, with that being said,
Go ahead.
you know what I mean?
Come on.
This is how this whole thing that got us, all these black men locked up, I mean, from drugs that wasn't
Okay.
brought to our community, that wasn't brought to our community by us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This was brought to a community by whoever else you want to say who brought
Okay.
it. The Colombians, the white people, I don't know how you want to say it, but it came to our community, and this is what destroyed the black community in the 70s and 80s, and why this whole thing about the whole jail thing happened in the 80s and
Right.
the 90s, because they brought us
Under Reagan laws.
This is how they were going to keep us down and keep us
Okay.
oppressed and keep us the way we were, and they did a good job of doing it. You know what I mean? But we didn't see that at the time, but now you look at everything. Look at opioids. Now it's a big thing, but now we need to help these people get off this drug. You know what I mean? But nobody wanted to help nobody get off the crack. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question. Should we still, you know what I'm saying, should we still harbor what happened 20 years ago? Then, hey, you speak your piece.
Yeah, yeah.
So we still harbor what happened 20 years ago, because you're talking about over 20 years ago, something that has happened when we had different people in office, we had, you know what I'm saying, a different mindset, and now we are here, you know what I'm saying, at the helm of everything, and now do we still keep going back and say, okay, they didn't help us, as well, they didn't help us, so why should we help them, and why should we care, as well as that, or should, you know what I'm saying, we turn the torch and say, okay, you know what I'm saying, whoever needs help, as well as that, we wouldn't saying we wouldn't saying pull them out. Because if I keep looking back at what somebody didn't do, you know what I'm saying, 20 or 30 years ago, and my mindset hasn't changed, you know what I'm saying, over 30 years. You know what I'm saying? How can I expect, you know what I'm saying, their mindset to change as well? You know, because if I see, I'm gonna care about people who's on opium. I care people that's on, whether they on prescription drugs, or what people that's, you know what I'm saying, that's on, you know what I'm saying, on chemical substance or controlled substance, whatever you want to call it. So how should we, you know what I'm saying, how should we handle that? Because, you know what I'm saying, we always refer back, well, they didn't do this. Well, at the end of the day, they didn't do this, but what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
And as well as that, are you going to repeat the cycle, you know what I'm saying, that they did? Or are you going to break the cycle? Or are you going to continue this cycle like, well, they didn't help me, I'm going to help, you know what I'm saying, somebody else as well?
Okay.
You talk to me about it.
Okay.
I'm asking.
No,
It's a question.
No, it's true. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain extent, but you know,
Okay.
it's also too, we have to realize, you know, that this. I think we have to understand that this is a problem.
Thomas is crazy.
This is a problem.
It is a problem.
You know, we have a drug problem in America, and we need to. I think that we should not decide which ones we're going to try to help. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Publicly. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. You know what I mean?
Now, I like that.
That's basically what they did. You know, we're going to decide to help this group of people get them off this drug, and it's like, well, hold on now. There are a lot more drug people out. You know, there's a lot more people on drugs and worse drugs than opioids. But we're going to decide to help these people. You know what I mean? I'm just like, this is, you know, help all of them. You know, if you want to help everyone that has a drug problem. I mean, you see, you know,
Even those that don't even want help, because sometimes people, you know what I'm saying, are so infused in drugs that they don't even believe they need help because, you know what I'm saying, their mental stability.
Right.
And, you know what I'm saying, because drugs just don't affect, you know what I'm saying, from losing weight from weight, but it also affects, you know what I'm saying, your cerebellum, your brain at the end of the day. So are we, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you got to reach out to people who don't want to be reached to. Sometimes you got to touch people who don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying, and do we have that mindset? Are we ready to go out there? Because people are going to push you away and say they don't need help. But at the end of the day, you got to look beyond their faults and get the need.
Well, sometimes you do, but then also, too, you got to understand, too, some people, you can bring them all the help they want, but until they see they want help, You can't. You
I
know
think
what
that's
I mean?
bullshit.
I mean, and
I think it's
really.
bullshit.
No,
I want to stir something up.
You can say that if you want to, but
That's how I feel.
like I always say,
That's fair. Because that's something that's been passed down to us. That's like saying at the end of the day, you know, we want people that want people. You know what I'm saying? You said people that want jobs. You can say, well, jobs out there. Why don't you go get it? At the end of the day, so some people, you know what I'm saying, first you have to deal with their mental, they mental, you know what I'm saying, problem first. At the end of this, so when I look at that, some people are so, you know what I'm saying, so discombobulated, you know what I'm saying, they don't believe they can keep the job. Some people defeat themselves, you know what I'm saying, before they even, you know what I'm saying, go to the job. They'll believe they're not going to get it because of their appearance, because they might not have the right suit, the right jacket, or the, you know what I'm saying, or the right attire, however you want to say. And mentally, you know what I'm saying, they're programmed, you know what I'm saying, to not to be able to hold on to that job. Some people don't even have the mindset. So dealing with people, you know what I'm saying, if you start attacking their mind, you know what I'm saying, reaching their heart, you'll change what they do, because only what's in your mind, you know what I'm saying, you're going to react to at the end of the day. So you have to change what people think, you know what I'm saying, to get people to do what you need to do. Because if I change what you think, you know what I'm saying, you're going to start doing, you know what I'm saying, what, you know what I'm saying, needs to be done. I can give you this job. I can give you the job and everything, but can you keep the job? You know what I'm saying? Are you able, you know what I'm saying, to maintain the job? Are you not going to go in there and blow the job?
Right.
So that's how I kind of look at it.
What's
so,
up,
you know,
Erica?
So we have to, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, we have to.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy. What's up, Jim?
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to, you know what I'm saying, look, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, if I gave them help, some people, we have that mentality, but I try to help and they ain't want the help. You know what I'm saying? So we're quick to turn away. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to put the sacrifice in. You know what I'm saying? We want to give offerings, you know what I'm saying, but we don't want to sacrifice. Sacrifice and offerings two different things.
Right.
As well, it's like the story with the chicken and the pig. You know what I'm saying? If the chicken gives some eggs, that's called an offering. But if a pig gives some ham, that's called a sacrifice. Because you got to slice some things off that pig to get some ham.
Right.
A chicken can easily give some eggs and don't worry about it because it's going to make some more. It's going to make some more eggs. But if the pig gives some ham, then that's called a sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice, or are you willing to give an offering? Which one? You have to look at it from that perspective.
Okay.
As well, and that's how I kind of see it.
All right.
Talk to me,
Kindness is
Liza. What's going on, baby? I haven't seen you in so long.
So with that being said, Tom, who's in LA, just said,
Melody.
kindness is the way to a true man's to show his strength. So I do have a question. I saw this on television a couple of weeks ago. If you have a choice to be right or kind, which one would you choose? And I asked Calvin this question.
I'm with you.
I think I asked Calvin
You
this
did.
question the couple of days
We
ago.
on live TV.
And he said, "What'd you say?"
I want to be kind with you.
And I said I wanted to be kind too. And I was like,
Because
there's a lot-
right stimulates arrogance.
Right. And everybody wants to be right all the time, but not too many people want to be kind. And that's just in a
Come on,
little.
keep going with that.
And that's just in a little. That's in everyday life. That's just being kind to everybody you come across, everybody you talk to. Even to somebody you say hello to. You know what I mean? But yeah. But what do you mean? Keep going with that.
No, it made me lose my train of thought.
you
Because you know
were
what I'm
gonna
saying.
say
Because like I said, right. You know what I'm saying. To be kind is to be right, as well. Because kindness, you know what I'm saying, projects love.
Right.
And when you project love, you know what I'm saying, love can always be right. And love covers everything at the end of the day. It's a scripture in the Bible said love covers a multitude of sins. Well, put it like this. Let me put it in our term. Love will cover a multitude of wrongs. Love will forgive things, you know what I'm saying, that you don't even want to forgive. Love will reach people you don't even want to be reached. So when you look at it from that perspective, you know what I'm saying, love, you know what I'm saying, covers everything. At the end of the day, more people want to be right. You know what I'm saying? Just to say they're right. And right promotes arrogance. You can't be right all the time. At the end of the day, so you have to look. You know what I'm saying? Are you kind? Are you kind? You know what I'm saying? In your delivery, are you kind in your message as well? So I think I'd rather be kind than right. Because kind turns into right. It transforms itself.
All right now.
Go ahead now. Come on, champion.
You better talk to me, Mr. Calvin.
Oh, you better talk to me, Mr. Classic Man.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna be all over the place today. I think. So I wanted to. So there's a school called St. Columbia's Catholic Primary School. I think it's in London or Europe, UK. I think. But this guy named Chris May, who's a teacher there, he was working in the stock market, and he decided to leave and go work teach at the school. But basically, what he does is he has I think they're all boys in his class, or it's an all boys schools, I think it is.
Okay.
But anyway, they have these kids. They're probably from the ages of probably starting at 10 or 11. But he teaches them every day. He teaches them how to cook. He teaches them how to clean. He teaches them how to fix stuff, how to change a tire.
Right.
He teaches them all these things, and they do these things when they go home. He teaches them all these things so they can be men when they grow up and do things for themselves, rather than wait for somebody else to do it for them.
Right.
And also, teaching them. I don't know what's the word I was looking for.
Let me ask you a question though. It's an all boys school, right?
I think it's an all boys.
Okay.
Maybe I saw all boys in the classroom.
Okay.
I don't know.
No. I just want to make sure.
Why do you say that?
Because when most people say that they being teach, I'm saying this type of what do you want to call it, trade, and then we said they teach us to be men as well, and we capitalize on men. So I wanted to look at that. Why did we don't teach them, saying, to be grown adults, young adults, humans? But why do we just capitalize on men? Because I was taking an interview, that I looked at recently, with Mason Beffa. He said, because I'm a man, I do this. Because of a man, I do this. Why not because you're adult? Why not because you're mature? Why not? Because do the same principle apply for females?
Because I think all those activities explained go into being a man.
I see. Do this same adjective apply for a female though? That's the question.
Yes.
To be able to cook, to be able to change, to be
Yes,
able to
be
able to survive.
To be a woman, yeah.
To be able to survive.
Right.
So when we look at, because sometimes we look at things like that and say, well, this, and we as human beings put, division there. Because I'm like, do a woman need to be able to do this too?
Right.
As well. Are you able to do this? Are you able to cook? Are you able to clean? Yeah, I know how to do it. I know how to sew. I know how to do all that as well.
Right.
But But if you're stranded, are you able to I know some women know how to change a tire.
Right.
Remember, I was trying to change it. I know you wasn't here. I was trying to change a tire out there last year, and I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
No, I couldn't. No,
Wow.
I can't change. Listen, I'll call somebody for you.
The first time it happened to me, I changed it.
I didn't change it.
I didn't even know how, but I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't want to figure it out.
Watching.
Yeah, I didn't want to figure it out. I was out there for long. It was cold.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was a little cold.
I ain't mad at you for
I'm not
that.
mad either. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at you for that.
My job is to get the job done. At the end of the day, why do we put so many attributes, sometimes, when it comes to, well, this is a man job, this is this as well. Because that's the way society promotes that.
Yeah, but that's changing. That's changing.
It is changing.
It's changing every day. I mean, yeah.
You know why it's changing? It's changing every day, but then it becomes too broad, and then we say, somebody said something. Mr. Frazier, who said it? CF something?
CF Bannister said we as men of color need to start going back to doing what men do, and that's be provided, respectful, and jack of all trades. Yes, and women should know these things as well. But if she has real men, a real man, she won't have. I can't read the rest.
So this talking about Miss CF Frazier. So we it's all different types of stereotypes we put out there. We put out, what is a real man? So if a real man works on Wall Street, at the end of the day, has a suit and tie on, but can't do the mechanical stuff and be able to provide and get the job done, is that not a real man? Sometimes we put real men, and we say this is a real man or this is a real woman. A real woman will be able to cook, a real woman will be able to clean, or a real man will be able to change a tire. Listen, I know how to cook, clean, wash clothes, and sew. I know how to do all that. But at the end of the day, I remember, but hold on for a minute. I know how to do all that, but you know who taught me all that? My great-grandmother. My great-grandmother taught me how to cook, so I'm an excellent cook. I'm an excellent baker. I know how to sew. I know how to wash clothes. I know how to do all these things, and plus more. And plus, I'm handy. But at the end of the day, you know what I pass this on? I want my daughter to know how to do the same things her father do. I want my daughter, to be able to depend on her. I mean, depend on her, and don't be able to depend on a man. Because when you start putting your confidence in men will fail you all the time. And when I say men, I mean humanity. At the end of the day, so when you start putting your confidence in anybody, if I put my confidence only on Ty to be able to do something like this, then I become codependent. So you don't want to be codependent on anybody. At the end of the day.
Real men and women know how to do both roles, but they also know it's time and place for everything. You're right about that.
To a certain extent. I disagree. Because we put the emphasis on real men. You know what I'm saying? Real men. Real men. You know what I'm saying? That's too much emphasis. Because he could be a man that know how to do this.
All right, so real man. So I guess we need to take the emphasis over real and just say man. Because I think what we're trying to separate is men and boys and kids. You know what I mean? That's what I think. This is when we say a man, because there's stages in life that we go through with children, with boys.
It's stages that people in life, when people at 50, that's not getting it.
Right, which is true. But I'm just talking about in in life, these are the stages that you go through as a man and woman. There's boys
Yeah,
and girls.
as humanity.
There's teenagers, and then there's a young adult, then there's an adult, and then there's you're an adult. You know what I mean? So an adult is basically a man. You know what I mean? But you're an adult. So an adult is somebody that just is grown up.
Okay, let me
you
put
know
it this way.
But
What the society says you're a man at? What age are you a man at society?
I would say 25.
Okay, society. Not what you said. Society. What does society say? If you get locked up, if the cops will come get you, when did they say? 18?
18.
Okay. Do you consider, a child as a man
No,
at
it's
18?
still, no.
But what the society
The
says.
society says you're an adult.
The society says you're an adult at 18. You know what the thing is? I thought I knew, what I thought I knew at 18, but I found out I didn't know jack. At the end, you know what I knew? I had a whole bunch of air at the end of the day. I thought I was growing, but I was just swelling. And we have to look at that. We have to know the difference between growing and swelling. It's two different. Growth, increases. Swelling just full of pus. And you have to look at that, from that point of view. I'm done. I hear what he's saying, but hey, he's saying it. That's how you feel. He's entitled to his opinion. And that's what this show is for. And that's how I kind of look at it. You start stuck for words. Come on.
No, I'm just trying. I'm listening to what you were saying.
Because I think it's too much emphasis on certain things, and we have to start. We have to start looking at titles, because at the end of the day, the title's up here, and you're here. You should always be able to reach to the title, because the title doesn't come down to you. You come up to the title as
Right.
well, and that's what we look at. We label people, say, "Oh, he's a man because he does this." As well as that, she's a woman because she does this. There's a real woman knows how to cook, and knows how to be nurturing as well. But wait a minute, what if she doesn't know how to cook but knows how to order, and willing to learn how to cook? To a certain degree, but can't cook like your mom and them, or or your grandmama and them can cook and bake and all that other stuff. But she don't know how to be nurturing because she never was nurtured as well. Because we expect people to do certain things. We put expectations on people that they, but they don't even know how to do. Like,
Right.
I might put an expectation, Ty, you have this age, you should know how to do this, and you have to know how to do this. But I wasn't taught how to do that. I wasn't raised, how you came from a mom and a dad. I was raised, from the streets. Where I had every night I had a wonder where my next meal was coming from. I was raised, where I didn't know if I was going to eat tonight. I was raised, with crack, where my mother was on crack, and drug addicts came throughout my household, and I had to sleep with a knife every day. Now I'm telling you my story. I was raised like that. I was raised, I didn't know what my father was at all the time. I was raised where I didn't know what my mother was at all the time as well. So, tell me how all that, takes place. Before I started selling drugs, I started selling teddy bears. Before I started selling teddy bears, I started selling flowers. But you know what I did it for? Because I wanted to eat. Because my stomach was hungry and it was hitting my ribs. So at the end of the day, that's where it comes from. But who taught me how to do that as well? Come on, I can see what you're doing. I'm looking into the camera, but I see what you're doing. That's how I kind of see it. So what do we consider that? But what I learned and what C.F. Frazier would say, or C.F. Bannister would say, that's a real man. You know how I become what you were saying, your word, how to become a real man? I don't want to do what was done to me. So I don't do it to my kids, what was done to me. I'm not just a parent, but I'm an active parent. I'm not just father, but I'm also called daddy.
Well, how about we just take it off the table and just say man?
There you go. That's now we're talking. That was the whole point of the subject.
Because I think that real man stuff and that real woman stuff, that's just a definition that they gave each other. They gave people that society gave, real women gave themselves and real men gave themselves when they decided they wanted to make their point to be like, oh, this is when they want to
Exactly.
when they want to swell up.
That's
I'm a
my
real man.
point.
I'm
That's
a real man.
my
You know what I mean?
point.
This is, I don't do
Now
that.
you got it. Now you got it.
You're a man.
Now you got
real
it.
man crap is that's just crap that you
That's
put on
crap.
yourself.
Exactly.
You
That's
mean,
my
but you're a
point.
man.
Now I got it
So
out
now
of
I
you.
understand. Okay.
That's
But
my point. That was my whole point.
But I was trying to understand what you meant by that, because I was like, wait a second. But then I got it now. Okay.
That's what I was saying.
We
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. That's what I was preaching.
Right.
So or talking, however you want to say, or conversing.
All right, so we have to look at. So C.F. Bannister said we have to look at where our black men are today. We are at the bottom of the barrel. Let's get real. A lot of black men, and it hurts me because even even know how to dress for an interview, don't know how to.
Are you teaching them though? CF Bannister? That's the problem I have. So because we talk about that.
That's true.
We talk about they don't know how to dress, they don't know how to do appropriate interview. What have you done? Are you teaching them? Because you want to show, what are you teaching them? Because that's what I was just talking about 10 minutes ago. That's what I was talking about 3 shows ago. They get on these interviews and they don't know how to, how to perform. They don't know how to talk. They, they come in there, they don't know how to dress. At the end, and we're quick to, not saying you are, but we're quick to condemn them. Oh, look at our black man. Okay, why don't you, instead of condemning somebody, uplift them? Why don't you say, instead of looking at them in that way and that right away, why don't you, start a show. But like, hey, this is, a show about how we need to conduct ourselves on interviews. Start a show of how we, we need to dress on our interview. And if they're not able to get their clothes, point them in that direction where they're giving out free suits, free clothing, and free counseling. Because it's all up in here. If they knew what was in here and catapult out of here, then they would, have what, everybody else have. But but sometimes, we condemn people too fast. And we use all type of scriptures, all type of texts to know how to beat people down, but we don't know how to uplift people. At the end so we're gonna start talking about our black people, or we're gonna start uplifting our black people. Which one do you prefer? You tell me, I'm listening. Stop me when I'm lying.
But yes, that is true. That is true. Because then I try to help now. It's like, because I think that somebody told me when I knew about this word.
We got people in Dominican Republic looking at us. They told me that yesterday.
Somebody told me this word the other day, compassion.
Hey, Martha.
That's what we need to have for people, compassion, because we need a little help. We don't know this story.
That's it. That's the great thing. See, you be saying a mouthful. I be wanting you to expound on that. Because compassion, that's what we need.
Compassion is a lie. And I didn't, I had to go back and look up the word because I thought that I had that. And I do for certain people, but sometimes it's not about certain people. You need to have compassion for everybody.
Exactly.
When you come across, because you don't know what they're going through, what their life is like. I reposted this on my page yesterday. There's this judge somewhere. So this people come into his courtroom. This lady was in her courtroom. She had $50 in her pocket. She had a bill or something. And he was like, well, can you pay $50 a day? And she's like, yes. He said, well, how much money are you going to leave in your pocket? She was like, $5. She was like, well, you know what? I don't want to leave you with no money in your pocket, so I'm gonna dismiss this bill. And then you're good to go. And this lady with 2 kids, didn't feed them before they came, and she was, getting her out. He was like, hey, if you promise me to take your kids to go get breakfast after this, you don't have to worry about this bill.
Exactly.
And this judge, and I don't know what this judge, and this judge is something that he was starting to explain himself. If you go to my page, you can see it. He was starting to explain himself, and as he was explaining himself, he was basically in tears because he was saying, you don't know what they're going through, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You don't know what the day is like.
That's why I really want you to go with this.
I'm going to change how they feel.
Yes.
And that's the thing, we got to have some,
compassion
for people
kindness.
sometimes.
Like Tom said, kindness, that's what
kindness
it is.
Kindness is everything, you know what I mean?
Oh, you want to be right.
Oh, you want to be right, you know what I mean?
I want compassion and kindness.
Because I think a lot of times we're so stuck in our own lives that we don't even think about the next person beside you. You know what I mean? Say hello to somebody. Say hello to a stranger sometime. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I go through a day. Today somebody did it today, and I'm sitting up saying, can you be that much involved in your life at that moment that you don't even recognize that somebody just did something for you, and you don't even say thank you.
Exactly.
You mean you don't even
small justice of kindness.
And it's a small gesture of yourself, because all it takes is a second of your time to say thank you. That's it, and keep going. You don't even have to make eye contact if you don't want to. You don't have to do none of that. All you have to do is just say thank you. You know what I mean? I can say my pleasure. Your day can go on. But I mean those little things like that. Those things that take, because those are things that let me. That tells you what kind of person you are when you come through those doors. You know what I mean? When you don't have the moment to even think or even acknowledge that somebody just did something for you, or even just walk by you and don't even say anything, knowing they have no idea where they're going, rather than say to you, hey, can you tell me where this place is or what this is? Because I don't know where I'm going. They rather just go by you and don't even say nothing. It's amazing. And now I just kind of I don't say I shut down, but I kind of just give them that, that kind of blank look on my face.
Exactly.
I agree kind of understand like why.
Compassion goes so far.
It goes so far. It goes a long way.
Thank you for sharing that. Because, what I'm saying, that's what we need to hear. We need to hear more stuff about compassion. We hear more stuff about kindness. There's a time in all that. What I'm saying? We talk about war. We talk about, so much stuff that's negative, and we see so much on social media, but we don't see about compassion. People judge people every day. We have people on this show that comment, that judge people. How do you walk in the middle of the chapter in somebody's life, whether they're not doing good, homeless, or whatever situation, and make a judgment call in the middle of the chapter of their life. Because you just walking in the chapter of your life, they wasn't probably always like this.
Right.
They probably always didn't have a job, or always wasn't homeless, or always was some type of turmoil they go down. But we come and make judgment calls too quick and too fast. Who are you to judge somebody because you feel, oh, they should have been doing this, and this is how somebody really supposed to act, and you supposed to act like this? That you make them type of judgment calls?
But I do believe you should be positive when those two are, oh my.
Talk to me.
You need to be positive. I had one of my guests who comes to the hotel. He posts he has these things called Harry's Mints, and they quotes in the morning.
Okay.
And every morning it's on my page, and I look at them because he had the best one today. Sorry for getting off topic, but
no, it's on topic.
The best one.
That's what call the name.
It was the best. He said, "I got the greatest gift this morning." I got the greatest 2 gifts this morning, and ... Opening my eyes. Dude, I like to. I thought that was the best. That thing that today was like, it was the best thing. It was the best quote. I was just like, oh man, you hit the head on the hammer hit the nail on the head with the hammer. It was amazing. Because that's the one gift that you get every morning that you get up, your eyes open up. That's a gift every day that you get up. And you should take that gift and do the best you can to do the best you can out into the world when you go out, when you decide to go out.
I agree with you
and like
so
I always
much.
say, if you decide you don't want to be around other people, then stay home. You know what I mean? Stay in your house, stay where you at, and be miserable by yourself. You know what I mean? Because that's what you need to do for that day. And the next day should be better. You go out to the world and you just spread out good stuff. That's what it's about.
I agree with that. I agree with you 100%. And I think, you're touching on so much right there. That's great. I'm great. So we need more positivity. I hate them. I'm gonna say I actually hate. I actually hate them
Dislike,
type
strongly
of.
dislike. Don't
No,
hate
I hate. I do hate. You know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. I hate them comments that people post on Facebook saying such negative things, such as this. There was one comment saying, for those who spend all day, for those who cash their food stamps all in to buy Christmas gifts, so for Black Friday, make sure your family's gonna eat next week. It's like, why don't we have time to post that time? You hate it now too?
That's crazy.
Do you hate it now too?
I dislike.
Oh, okay, you're a liar. You hate negativity. I do hate negativity.
I don't hate nothing.
I do hate negativity. You gotta hate something.
You can't.
Okay, that's you.
Because hate in your body.
That's good.
Does nothing for you. It just makes
So
you.
I really hate.
Strongly dislike.
Yeah, I don't want to play semantics.
I'm just saying.
But I hate negativity. You know what I'm saying? Because that you're shedding that negativity energy on somebody else, and then you find somebody else is going to like it. That means if I like it, that means I come into agreement with it, well as that. So we don't. That's why we said be careful what you like, because you're coming to even if it's funny. You know what I'm saying? How is that funny to you at the end of the day? How is that funny to you, about putting your next sister down, your next brother down, or whoever it may be? How is that image funny? We got everything to post, about something negative about what somebody else was doing, and they probably ain't even thinking about you. Mm-hmm. But you got so much time on your hand to post something negative, to think about somebody else who don't even know you, who probably don't even care about you. At the end of the day, you got too much free time on your hand.
Too much.
At the end of the day. Martha, I thank you for you tuning in, for watching us. We got people in Dominican Republic watching us. We're reaching, the borders out there.
Book. So I got this thing that I was watching on Facebook. I think I reposted on maybe I didn't repost it because I wanted to talk about it. So I'm
listening.
This was so good because this guy is. I'm gonna get his book this weekend too, or I'm gonna get his book soon.
Okay.
So his name is Tennessee Coates, or it's spelled TANHISI.
Okay.
Coates, COATS. And he was doing this show, and this girl asked this question. The question was so good. So before I go into that, there's a video I reposted yesterday also too on my Facebook page about the N-word, and this little boy, he's probably like 12 or 13 years old.
Okay.
And he's going in, I think I sent it to you in your messenger.
You did?
He's going in about the N-word, and he also wants to get the N-word taken out of the vocabulary.
All right.
So we definitely going to be going into that, getting the N-word taken out of the vocabulary, and nobody going to be able to use it, not even black folks. So with that being said, so this is where I'm coming to this thing that I read.
Okay, I'm listening.
So this girl, she was a white girl, she said, I went to this concert the other day at my school, my college, and the guy was using the N-word left and right and this and that, and she was saying, how she felt that she couldn't use the word, even though he was singing the song and it made her feel a kind of way.
Okay.
So his response was, he gave a little response, he laughed a little bit, and he gave this little monologue or this little thought that he said.
Can you read it to us?
So I am. So the question one must ask is why so many white people have difficulty extending things that are basic laws or on how human beings interact to black people. And I think I know why. When you're white in this country, you're taught everything belongs to you. You think you have a right to everything, got a right to go. You are conditioned this way.
That's right.
It's because you have.
What's going on?
Because your hair, because your hair is a certain way, or your skin is light. It is the fact that the laws and the culture tell you this. You have the right to go where you want to go, do what you want to do, be however, and people just have to accommodate themselves to you. So here comes the word that you feel like you invented, and how somebody going to tell you how to use the word that you invented. Why can't I use it? Everyone else get to use it. In a way, that's racism that I don't get to use it. I think racist against me. I have to inconvenience myself and hear this song and can't sing along. Then he says, "How come I can't sing along? I think you know I'm white. I think you know, for white people, the experience of being a hip hop fan and not being able to use that word nigga is actually very insightful. It will give you just a little peek into the world of what it means to be black. Because to be black is to walk through the world and watch people do things that you cannot do. You cannot join in and do. So I think there is a lot to be learned from reframing. So that's what he was saying. So
okay.
He was basically saying that, you know, for years, black folks can't do a lot of things in this world, but the one word that you can't use, you want to act like you invented the word, and you know, like it's hurting you that you can't use this word, and that nobody's reading. But like I said before, I think nobody should be able to use this word. Yeah, this word came from, back in the days that we kind of created. I don't know.
You created that? You sure?
I don't know. Well, it came. I don't know. I don't know where the word came from.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
I go with that now.
I know the word Negro.
Nigger? That's what you're trying to say?
That's what I'm saying. The word Negro. I thought the word Negro. Negro was the way to describe black people.
It was.
But nigger was supposed to be the way to describe
ignorant black person.
Ignorant black person.
That's
right.
what nigger meant.
Right.
Ignorant black person.
Right. So that's what
So you know
I
what
mean.
that means, right?
What?
That means a knowing person of color.
Yes. Right.
As well.
Right. So that's where that came from, and I was like, that's kind of true. You know what I mean? This is the one word you can't use. So why do you feel like you have to make such a big thing about why you can't use the word? I mean, the word that's our word. You know what I mean?
Our word.
It is. I mean, that's the word we use amongst each other. How we say hello to each other. How we interact with each other.
All right.
You know what I mean? And this has been a word that's been interacted.
So I said, "What's up, my nigga? What's goody?"
Right. You know what I mean? That's
All
just
right.
the way that they do it. You know what I mean? And
They? Are you part of they?
no, I'm not, because I don't use.
So why you said we?
Excuse me? Because I used to use it.
Okay, so you don't do it no more.
I don't do it anymore.
Okay, that's
I've
all.
grown up.
Okay, you grown up. Oh, you mature. You're a real man.
I'm a man.
Thank you.
See, here we go. You got jokes now. You got jokes. You see how I done woke him up. You done woke him up.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that this word, but we are going to get rid of this word, because I do believe that this word we've had enough of it. You know what I mean? And I think it should be done. I think it should be all. I don't know how we're going to get out. How do you go about getting out of the dictionary? But I'm going to figure out a way to get out of the dictionary, because this word it's had its time. I think it's already done. And I think rappers should stop using it. I need to find another word to use, because I think once everybody stops using it, it'd be a better place for us to start, moving on and probably try to change something too. But he also has a book called We Were 8 Years in Power, and I guess it's about the last 8 years about Obama. That's the name of his book that I'm going to get. But yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to pose something to you. You know what I'm saying? It was very challenging, you know what I'm saying, champion. I was want to pose something to you, you know what I'm saying, that happened to me at work a couple of days ago. I was very disturbed by it, you know what I'm saying? It happened over the past week. So, I have these two people, you know what I'm saying, and I had to suspend them. You know what I'm saying? Print an investigation as well. So I want to use me and you. I had to suspend, you know what I'm saying, Ty and Calvin as well. Because the situation is, Ty and Calvin was in some type of altercation. And physically, you know what I'm saying, you touched me, Ty, and you shouldn't have touched me. As well as that, you stepped on my foot, and you shouldn't have touched me, but I couldn't prove it. Because you know it's he said, she said. So I don't know what's going on. I have to resolve the situation. I have to get both of your own property. You have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to leave property as well. So y'all go your separate ways while we do the investigation as well. So we're going to suspend you to further notice. We'll call you back and let you know what's going on. You know, you get your delegates involved and everything, right? So we find out what's going on. So Ty, you come back and we interview you. You tell me like, listen, this lady stepped on my foot. She stomped on me, and you know she was all in my face. She called me all type of derogatory names, and she said all this. And you know what I'm telling you this. So I was like, okay, we hear your side of the story, and you didn't react. You just stood there. That's your side of the story. Okay. So they interview you, and you be like, yeah, I stepped on her foot. I stomped on her foot and got in her face, and be like, yeah, what? And I did it. So what? What you gonna do? And got up on her face and called her all type of names. Do I still suspend both people?
No.
Exactly. But since you have a history, not you per se, I have a history of something I did in past yonder as well. I want to use your history against you. If I wanted to use it to teach you a lesson, but if I'm going to use your history against you, at the end of the day, I should have used it back then, not now.
Not now.
Because now is not the time.
Not the time for it.
As well as that. Let's go with the facts. So, at the end of the day, she was guilty.